idexa and Brucius, LoLo here, and going to show you how to dial in your new press. Okay, first the parts that it comes with, and this is one of the plates. There's two of those. This is an adapter, to that you can use with it. The part that receives the cutting blade. Here's the other plate. Here's two bars and a couple more adapters that you can use to put various tools in to use your press. And then you've got the die itself that we had made, and I always keep that in a protective covering because it's brass and soft, so you want to protect that. And then here's the cutting blade, and when not in use, I always keep the wax ring on it, or you can wrap it in something, keep the wax ring on, and then put in a towel or a box or something. All right, so that's your basic setup. Here is your press, and these are to raise and lower these eye bars should you have a different project you want to use this press for. This is a removable breakdownable handle, and you would turn it to the left here, releases the post up, and when you're gonna come down with it, you turn it to the right. There's a little notch in here. Put that in, and we're gonna click it down a little bit. All right, it moves a little bit slow, but there it is. Okay, so then the first thing we're gonna do, and you can actually do this either way. You can cut a circle first, or press the leather first. I think pressing the leather first, your die into the leather, is potentially going to make it easier for you. It can be done either way. All right, so contact now, like 1, 2 pulls, 3, and that's it. And sometimes I leave it for a few seconds. I'm not sure that it matters. I mean, we have 6 tons of pressure going onto it. If you want, after it relaxes a little bit, you can crank it down a little bit more. This part doesn't matter when you're putting the die in, how much you really crank that down. And the second part, when we do the cutting of the design out in circle, you want to be a little bit more gentle with it and not go down with 6 tons of pressure. Okay, so now we're up here, and we turn that, and this will lift, and about there. You don't have to lift it too much. You'll have a further length to travel to get it back down. So there's your basic impression. And then if you do it this way, and frankly, I put that a little bit too close to the edge, but that's fine for these purposes, and it'll show you what not to do. Put in the blade, protector, and then you can center. So if this way, if you leave your design to where you can actually get in there and look at it, then you can center your die cutter really well on it. Otherwise, you're eyeballing it, and I can show you what that looks like too. So then this needs to come up a little bit more. Like that. Put this on top, and again, you want to make sure not to, budge that if you have it lined up. You slide this whole bit back, center it, and then basically come down gently. And if you could hear that, you could actually hear it like pop a little bit, and you'll feel it too. And then it's cut through, and you don't have to put 6 tons of pressure on it at this point, or you'll just drive your blade through this cutting board and it'll get stuck in the cutting board. All right, so then we turn that to back it up a little bit. And basically, you should have, voila, your design. There it is with the flat edge so it won't roll away. And you can actually do it the other way by cutting out this piece first. So now we'll just make sure we're dialed in. Listen for the pop. There it was, a little bit of a metallic think. And then turn that, release, moves it up. And we should have a perfect circle. There. There's a protector for that. Again, I keep this piece in the protective wrap. We're not in use. All right, so this way, you take it and you're doing it by feel. You could also do it by measure. But basically, I mean, you can eyeball it from the top. Make sure you're about equidistant on the sides. Slide everything underneath. And crank the press down. It's got a little bit more to travel this time. I like to make sure this is centered. And this one you can really lean into. You can really pull it down. And sometimes I let it sit for a few seconds. And for the leather to, relax if it's going to at all. And then I'll give it one more crank. You could give it 2 more cranks. There you go. It's budging just a little bit, but you've got lots of tonnage going on there for pressure. And then basically back it off. Pull it out. And voila, you have a logo. There it is. All right, I hope that was helpful. Love you guys. Bye.